Hello and welcome back. Yes, it's weathering and first a dark wash. Yeah, what I've done is I've thinned it down slightly in the actual bowl with Tamiya enamel thinners because at the moment that's all I've got really, and it works really well. It's a simple case of just tapping the brush, letting the actual pala line just go all the way through into the pala lines like the capillary action, and yeah, just let it do its work. It's pretty simple stuff, but very, very effective. And for most part, I didn't really do that much more weathering. Although I did a few, don't get me wrong, a few other bits and pieces. But this was your main sort of like weathering stage, I think, to be honest with you. Because it darkened up, it dirtied, it did everything I really wanted to do, because instead of going around with a sort of like a cloth or like a kitchen towel and wiping it all off, I went for the moistened brush and took it off sparingly, I think, yeah, and left quite a lot on. But yeah, anyway, enough of that. Let's crack on and I'll stick on some tunes. Again, as I've said in previous videos, if you want to take a little bit more off, just use a cotton bud or a Q-tip or whatever you call it, and take it off that way. It does take a little bit more off, but when you think about it, if you do take too much off, then it's quite simple really. It's an easy solution. You just go and get a brush, you get your wash, and believe it or not, do it again, and that's it, and just go on until you're actually happy, until you've got your desired effect that you're after. So if you do take too much out of the panel lines, then do it again. Simple. So that's the majority of it done, not all, but the majority of. So it's time now to do the underneath. And as we all know, aircraft do weather underneath. They do. Yes, so I use a combo of the MIG Ammo oil brushes, which was the Starship Filth and Black. Maybe a bit stark, yeah, maybe, but it's the one that I wanted and what I go for. So it was a simple case of just dabbing what I wanted on with the Starship Filth and then the black, and then going with a sort of like a moistened, sort of like really tatty, knackered brush, and just doing like tapping, stippling, all that kind of stuff. So it was like, well, yeah, a bit of a bloody mess, but that's what I was after, and that's what I got. So back onto the top. Now I was basically waiting for the underneath to dry properly anyway. But what I was doing is I went with the black and again Starship Filth. Now this was to simulate dirt, grime off the shoes of the aircrew, the engineers, oil, everything that you can imagine that's going to come off a aircraft, or if it's been worked on, hydraulic fluid, etc., etc. You're going to have grabby hands, it's going to be on the clothes, you lean against the aircraft, it comes off, and it's just showing subtle sort of like oil and sort of like grime effect. And that's what you want. It's subtle. You don't want it in your face, because it will look, well, in my eyes anyway, unrealistic. So yeah, it is short bursts, and when you think you've done enough, or when you're happy with it, then stop and move on to your next bit. And we're back on the underneath. Now, I'm using engine grime, and I believe engine oil. And what I'm doing is I'm doing like a sort of like a splash effect. And basically all it is using the brush and a cocktail stick and just flicking the actual engine grime and the engine oil in and around the bottom area of where the cowling flaps are, the radiator, air coolers, oil coolers, and all entendres are going to be. And it's a simple case of just doing it, slightly stopping, having a look. Again, I'll show you how to get rid of it if you put on too much. But it is just, you're flicking, yeah, happy with that, come back to it. Yeah, right, stop, and go on to your next sort of like medium, whether it's going to be fresh engine oil, or I don't know, it could be a black, it could be a blue, it could be something a lot lighter, as in, I don't know, Pacific dust even. So I'll leave you to it, and we'll come back in a minute. Now, if you're not happy, there's a couple of things you can do. You can use what I'm using here, which is a fiberglass pen, and that will take back some of the work that you've actually done. Or you could go the full Joey Deacon style and use the thinners and take it off and start again. And it is that simple. It's not difficult. There's always a way out if you bugger it up. Yeah, and I've done a bit of that. Anyway, on to the last bits now. And it is just simply putting the undercarriage together, demasking the canopies, painting the prop, painting the figure, which I'm not going to embarrass myself in showing you, and making a very, very small base, which hopefully I'll be able to do a standalone video later on. It's not important. But anyway, last bits and pieces, very simple, very, I don't know, everyday-ish. Is that the right word? But anyway, it's just popping it in and getting ready for the final reveal. So, really, what I need to say is thank you very much for following me on this journey, and I will see you on the final reveal.